We're with Morgan from the Irish National Champions. How did you do?
I ended up going 6-1-1, which put me in the top 16 and ninth overall for day one. So I was on Fiendsmith, Ryzeal, Mitsurugi, Nemesis. 55 cards, which I'll talk about why later. It's based off the top 64 German nationals list. A couple things I disagreed with him. He was playing Manji, which I think just not great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's so much less good than Aramasa.
Okay.
So I thought I'll try and keep the ratios the same, to keep the percentages of seeing starter and stuff the same, but try and play as much engine as possible. So it's 21 starters and 23 non-engine.
Cool.
So I think it's about 92% chance to see a starter, 95 to see a non-engine. So the first three is the Mitsurugi stuff. So we're on pre-prep because we died a draw anyway. So you may as well, if you're going to play in a draw, if they don't have it, just like you go full board. Yeah.
Fair enough.
3 Habakiri, and then the best card in the deck, 3 Mitsurugi Prayers. Not much to say about those, they're pretty standard. We're on 2 Aramasa, just because it is a starter by itself if you normal summon it. And then the 3 bricks.
Boys.
Well, technically the 6 bricks.
Is it one more Kumo?
Yeah, just the 1 more Kumo. I've never needed to. I've never felt like I've needed to. This Kusanagi, if it ever disappears.
And just one ritual, you're fine with it?
Yeah, same thing. I know a lot of people have been on to. I don't think I've ever had a scenario where I've actually needed to, because most of the stuff after turn 1, Prayers is doing a lot of the heavy lifting at that point. I'm not on Futsu, and with Ame, with Habakiri and Murakumo, I don't know. Most games don't last that long, and if you're going into Murakumo, it's not going to last long, and if you're not going into Murakumo, that's where it's kind of getting drawn out then. So then for the Ryzeal stuff, we're on all the monsters, Cross, Bonfire. I'm playing a lot of one-offs. I was clowning on a lot for this. I disagree. I think with 55 card list, it dilutes down the pool, so the ratios sort of stay the same. Although top 16, game 2, I'd already lost game 1 and I drew 4 one-offs, which really hurt. But that's the way it goes sometimes. We're then on some interesting stuff. So we're on Small World. It's another starter. It can search the Ryzeal stuff. I have a lot of bridges in here. It's great for searching Habakiri because all of the Ghost Girls have the same defense as Habakiri, so they all bridge through that. We're on the 1 Engraver because we're running Fiendsmith, and then Protos and Flag. Small World is also great for searching Protos. Your main way of getting it is banishing Nightsword by linking off into the Fiendsmith stuff or into Dynamondo. But if you can't do that, if you've already committed to the Ryzeal stuff beforehand, there's been times where I've just been like, Dagaris, draw 2, discard 1, cross, and I draw into the Small World, and that gets me to Protos then. And then for the non-engine, we're on, I'll move this stuff out of the way. 3 Droll, 3 Fua, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, and then the Trinity, 1/1/1. And then this was the interesting stuff. We're on Veeler, Bell, Crow, and Moonlit Chill.
a lot of one-ups, yes.
Yes, so a lot of one-ups. This is a great bridge for Protos because you can't bridge through. Say you have you add your extra Habakiris to hand a lot. If you're trying to search Protos off of Small World, there's nothing that actually bridges through it because they're all Dark Reptile. So having Crow lets you bridge that way. It also lets you bridge the other way. If you say you have Aramasa, Small World, and then like a Ryzeal starter, You can go Small Worlds, Armasa, Crow into Habakiri or something like that. It also lets you use Droll to search for Habakiri. That has come up a few times. Mourner was the most interesting one. Mourner is the only one that I could find that bridges Fua to Habakiri. So the German Nationals list is playing 2 Veiler. I decided to swap out one of the Veilers for the Moonlit Chill, just for the purpose of being able to bridge to Habakiri. So yeah, that's the whole main deck, 55 cards. It performed decently well. I did like break a couple times, which is to be expected when you're playing 11 one-offs, or no, 11 brick one-offs. So then for the extra deck, pretty standard. I'm on the 2 duo drive. As far as things I would change about the deck, I would probably put this to 1. The second one rarely came up. I feel like this could have been something like a Baguska, which would have been quite good for getting Droll and stuff. So yeah, I think if I was changing anything, that's what it changed. The 1 Detonator, 1 Banshee to search flag, X-Ton Knight, just great card. I love playing this card into Malice, because it kind of outs the trap plus a lot of the monster effects, and then you can go into Murakumo then, and they've already wasted their trap, so that board you extend. Castell, it's just spot removal. It's good, doesn't destroy, gets it back into the extra deck or back into the deck. 1 Twins, 1 Dagaris, 1 Aggregator. Pretty standard cards. Not much to say there. King of the Fire Imps and Dynamondo. Dynamondo is great. I never ended up playing Memento, but I had a plan for going into Memento with Protos off of Habakiri Ice. You go Protos with Dynamondo and Field, declare Earth, and that cuts them off then from the big monsters. It's also just great if you get Drolled, you can make Murakumo, make this. And then another thing great for getting Drolled is the Fiendsmith stuff.
So you don't like the bigger Fiendsmith cards, like the Desiree and things?
The extra deck's too tight. You have to play Sequence and Desiree. Obviously, in that case, these 2 would probably be gone. But you can summon Node with this on board. Also, Detonator protects this from destruction effect as well.
Yeah, although I do like the Desiree, it's just like a nice imprint, for example.
Yeah, Desiree, I can definitely see like the usage of Desiree. I feel like with Desiree though, you kind of want to play a bigger Fiendsmith package in the main deck as well.
Yeah, you need the
with like Lacrima and stuff like that. I really just wanted to play the 1 Engraver again. We're already on enough one-offs. I feel like putting Lacrima in there as well would have been a bit more risky. So that's the extra deck, and then finally we're on the side deck. Pretty questionable choices, I'd say. 1 Cowboy. I feel like you have to sort of play it. I know a lot of people disagree. I know Sean, who's also in top 16, he doesn't like the idea of Cowboy, but if I ever lost in time because I didn't have Cowboy, I think I would just like kick myself, so I always play it. The Prayer, or the Purification for going first, and then the Malice hit, which really came up because I only played it once over the entire tournament. I went with Phantasme over Meows because I don't have Meows.
Fair enough, yeah.
I couldn't get a copy. I do like Phantasme. I feel like you can also play it into something like a Fiendsmith deck as well. Obviously, you could play Meows into that deck too. It also just gets you a body on board, and at the same time acts as a small world bridge. Chaos Hunter, Lancia, they're pretty standard. Now this is the spicy card. This is your out to Droll going first. Because it's 55 cards, the only card you're ever really normal summoning is either one of these 2. most of the cards in the deck search this. This is the starter that you want. You can do your entire combo without normal summoning through this card. You also then have like your sword and axe, which both special summon themselves. So with this card, Small World searches it, Prayer searches it, Pre-Prep searches it, Armas searches it as well if it's distributed or if it's normal summon. So I thought normal summon isn't that important. It's also a level 4, so if they end up not having Droll, you just use it as an Xyz material. It's pretty dumb, but it won me 2 games, and because it won me 2 games, it was completely worth it.
Were you playing the Granite to search it?
Nope.
Surely at that point you're just like cross-out decimator. Control.
Oh, but yeah, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm on cross it, yeah. I'm on the 3.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so it gives you technically 6 cards that can play through Droll, plus then the entire Fiendsmith engine. So it really restricts you. Like, there was a lot where I did get Drolled, and I did just go into Fiendsmith stuff, or I went into Dynamondo. Yeah. And then the last 2 cards then were 2 Perulia. Didn't have a space for a third. There was nothing really in the sides that I would cut for the Perulia. Maybe could have cut the one Phantasme, but hate Malice. Like, Malice was my least practiced matchup as well, so I was kind of going into the tournament being like, I kind of need to do more for it, which was annoying because I ended up playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal 6 times and Malice once, so I probably would have liked to have the 3rd copy of this, but it won me my round 8. He opened Dimensional Fissure, I opened this and Droll, so I activated this, and then he activates Dimensional Fissure, and I'm like, okay, I was able to play under Dimensional Fissure, he just sort of passed, so yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, your side does seem a bit light against Mitsurugi going seconds.
Yeah, I just planned to beat it with engine, and that's what I did. Yeah, I beat it going second twice. 2 of my matchups were just 2-0. Won the dice roll. Won game 1, game 2, just broke the board. Yeah, like, I'm trying to think what. Produce was great. I was playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal. They go first. I droll them. They open the Featherstorm, so they just make Castell pass. We both kind of bricked, but then I eventually drew into Flag, normal Flag. I had Kusanagi engrave, Flag on field, roll engrave, summon this, declare dark, attack over the Castell, pass. They draw Mitsurugi stuff, which they can't use. My turn, declare dark, attack, and then I kept drawing hand traps and one-offs, and I was like, just give me a starter. There's so many starters in this deck. I ended up drawing Murakumo plus Ritual. Yeah, didn't even draw a starter that game, but yeah, Produce Pit and work. It's just sort of great for breaking boards as well. You can make Produce. It forces them to interact with it before you can activate it. And realistically, you usually have something like Ash Fua or Ash Brawl or something like that. So getting a Flag or using Habakiri or something is really easy to just summon this. So yeah.
Did you think about the Escrotoss as well?
Sorry?
Escrotoss as well. Are you looking at us?
I didn't think about that, no. I'll be honest. Again, it was, yeah, this list is basically the German nationals, but he was on 60. And I didn't like the idea of Manju, so I cut it down as much as possible. He was also on 2 Ritual. Again, I have never used more than 1 Ritual. I think since I started playing this deck, when did I start playing it? Probably about a month and a half ago. I think there's been 2 games where I've needed a second Ritual, and I feel like that's just not worth the extra brick space.
I mean, are you happy with your run, or do you feel like you weren't prepared enough?
Yeah, I mean, the top 16 game was heartbreaking. I misplayed massively. I just got really nervous. Forgot to trigger Habakiri, which completely lost me game 1, and then game 2 it was Engraver, Where is it? Crow. I can't even remember what the rest of it was now. It was one of. Oh yeah, Sword, Kusanagi, and one other card, which wasn't helpful. And then I drew into draw. I survived because it was Millennium Fiendsmith, so we just made Exodia, attacked over the monster that I set, and then I drew into draw. So off of 6 cards, like a 98% chance of seeing a starter. I didn't see it. That's the way the game goes sometimes.
Yeah. Anything else? Any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to Ronan Dale for giving me half of my side deck.
The man, the myth, the
Yeah.
Is he the one responsible for the Guardians?
He's the one who gave me the Guardians, yes. He gave me the Guardians, he gave me the Phantasmes. Shout out to Owen. Owen gave me his Perulias. Lovely QCR, which was very nice to play. Shout out to Sean. It was Sean who came up with the Moonlit Chill bridge, because I wanted to make sure that I had a bridge for everything, and we were testing, and that's what we came up with. And yeah, shout out to Tom. It was the German Nationals. He was the one who created the deck initially that was based off. So yeah, shout out to Callum. Callum's great. Shout out to ex-national champion now, Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any comments on that, Dean?
No comments.
Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Cheers.